Camera still good? Okay.
Yeah, I think my family. It's funny because I don't have no problem. Yeah, go that way.
Which way?
First, like, here, like, here we go. I went to my doctor. Then when meditation.
This one. Thank you. It works. See here. This 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
I think the kid heard his birthday. No. Just recently. Same hospital. My family is still all
You know what?
Good morning. Isn't it such a nice feeling to breathe in the fresh air, feel the light breeze, and gaze with gratefulness at the resting places of our ancestors in our cemetery? These ancestors built the foundation for Konohonganji Buddhist Temple as it stands today. So let us honor them as we enjoy this peaceful outdoor venue while observing the 15th annual Obon Cemetery service. And since this service is being held outdoors, wearing masks is optional today. Whether you are here or zooming from home, let us appreciate the beauty of nature, which often goes unnoticed in our daily lives. This is a quote-unquote namanda moment. Namo Amida Butsu. I'm Darren Katayama and will serve as your MC. For those of you participating via Zoom, please bear with us if there's any audio or video difficulties, as the weak Wi-Fi here sometimes wreaks havoc. You can blame Alan Matsumoto. I'll throw him under the bus. Just kidding. As a reminder, please be sure to mute your mics. These are people on Zoom. Please mute your mics during the entire service. Assisting Reverend Blayne with the technical support are Alan Matsumoto, Lynn Katayama, Joey Guzman, Stephen Kaneko, and Morris Nagata. Betty Takeoka will lead the singing. Let us start the service with the Vandana and Tisarana led by Reverend Blayne. For those of you present, please rise if you're able to, and let us sing both the Pali and English parts together with Reverend Blayne.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sambuddhassa. Om exalted one, enlightened one, utterly uplifted one, Buddha Saranam Gacchami, Dhamma Lord God reigns. Hallelujah to the top. Lord God reigns. Hallelujah to the Son. Lord God reigns. Namanda Butsu Namanda Butsu Namanda Butsu Namanda Butsu Namanda.
Please remain standing as Reverend Blayne will now share an aspiration.
We gather this morning as friends in the Dharma, as fellow travelers along the journey of life. We take this moment to remember all who are laid to rest in this sacred place. We extend our deepest appreciation to them and reflect on how our lives have been enriched by their presence. During this time of Obon, we celebrate life and the enduring bonds of love which continue on. Obon is truly a gathering of joy in which both the living and those born in the Pure Land rejoice in the universal embrace of great wisdom and compassion. All sentient beings, having been born, will eventually pass from this world. There is no greater sadness than having to part from those that we love. May we come to realize this truth of impermanence and deeply entrust ourselves to the compassionate vow of Amida Buddha and live with the Nembutsu in our hearts. We go to the Buddha for guidance, the one who shows us the way in this life. We go to the Dharma for guidance, the way of understanding and love. We go to the Sangha for guidance, the community that lives in harmony and awareness. Entrusting in the Buddha of all-inclusive wisdom and all-embracing compassion, we call the honored name. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu.
Please be seated. We will now have offering of incense. We invite all Sangha members in attendance to please come up and offer incense. There's 2 incense burners, one right in the front of the tent, as well as one here on the altar. due to the unevenness of the ground, if you feel comfortable walking out here, that's fine. You can use either one, but one is right there for your use to by the tent. So I guess we'll start the offering of incense, and we'll start with the front rows and work towards the back. Let us now observe a moment of silent meditation.
Namandam, 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 namandam.
Reverend Blayne will now lead us in chanting Gasho to Amida. Words can be found on the laminated handouts.
Composed by the Reverend Henry Suji, Gasho Tamida is a hymn that praises the Buddha of infinite light and life and celebrates the activity of great compassion, which sustains our lives. This hymn reminds us that we should humbly approach life with our palms pressed together in reverence, gratitude, and joy. We chant these words that we may hear the Dharma and awaken to the virtues of the Buddha. May our voices together express our profound gratitude and appreciation for the Buddha's great benevolence. Namo Amida Butsu. I recite Amida's name with deep joy and gratitude. I gasho to Amida. Trees and grasses and flowers all grow in great compassion. This light shines throughout the world. I gasho to Amida. Flowers bloom and flowers fall. From the seeds sprout new flowers. This is the truth unchanging. I gasho to Amida. Springtime brings the happy birds. Their songs all praise Amida. I join them in Nembutsu. I gasho to Amida. When I call Amida's name, it's Amida calling me. Buddha's voice, my voice are one. I gasho to Amida. When I'm lonely, I recite Namo Amida Butsu. Then I feel great compassion. I gasho to Amida. Nembutsu in work and play. Every day with Amida. Every moment filled with light. I gasho to Amida. Remember the golden chain. Kindness to all living things. I will follow this teaching. I gasho to Amida. In the clear bright morning sun, in the fading light of day, in the darkness of the night, I gasho to Amida. Namo Amida Butsu. I live in great compassion. This great power guides my life. I gasho to Amida. Naman Na. 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 The virtue of Amitabha is shared equally by all, together attaining awakened mind. We are born in Namanda, Bunamanda, 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 Bunamanda.
If you are able to, please rise for the song Homeward I Go. Words can be found on the handouts. Thank you, Betty. Please be seated. Today's Dharma message will be delivered by the organist. Easy job today, Reverend Blayne. Reverend Blayne will deliver today's Dharma message.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming out to this beautiful day. Looks like I have some rain this afternoon, maybe, again. But, you know, it's always special to be here outdoors at our cemetery to remember all those who are laid to rest here, right? All of our ancestors, those who built this temple, those family members who enabled us to be here, right now. And so at the heart of Obon, right, is a story, a timeless story of love, devotion, and memory. We reflect on this story each year at the height of summer when we celebrate the fullness of life in all its glory. We dance in endless circles to the rhythmic beat of taiko drums with our hands and feet telling a story telling heartfelt and healing stories of their own under the night sky illuminated by lanterns. The story of Obon, although before I go on, how many went to Kohala last night for their Obon? Yeah? Thank you for being here this morning. I know you had to wake up really early after a long night. So, but the story of Obon, right, as we know, comes from the Ulumbala Sutra, which describes how Moggallana, one of Shakyamuni Buddha's disciples, suffered over the death of his mother. Feeling a deep sense of loss and regret, he worried that her lifelong devotion to him had been a barrier to her understanding the teachings and practicing the teachings. However, the Buddha counseled Moggallana by asking him to reflect deeply upon this, and he came to realize that his mother's devotion to him came from an unselfish, a pure love, right? The love that only a mother can give, right? And that love naturally embodied the Buddha's path and the Buddha's teachings, right? To care for one another. With this profound insight into his mother's life, Moggallana danced with joy as his regret and his sorrow were transformed into appreciation and gratitude for her love, which made his life possible. Moggallana's story offers us a profound lesson about life, that when we love, we will also experience the loss of those we love. This is the inescapable truth of our lives. Though through our own stories of love and loss, we come to appreciate the significance of this present life, which is precious and unrepeatable. Because of our deep connection with our ancestors, with all those that have come before, we are enabled to live. Right? If one person in this great chain of causation, right, in this long family tree, did not exist, we would not be here in this, right here, right now. Our life is a gift. Our life is precious and unique and should be valued and cherished. And because of our deep connection to our ancestors, we are enabled to live. By remembering them, we gain new appreciation for the unique causes and conditions which sustain our lives. We come to realize how precious our lives truly are because they are made possible through numerous causes and conditions, this dynamic working of life itself, right, of Amida Buddha's great compassion. By remembering them, we come to understand how precious our lives truly are. Shin Buddhist author Hideo Yonezawa shares an appreciation for this fundamental Buddhist concept of engi, or conditioned co-arising, or this interdependency of all life. Man lives by receiving all things from the universe, like the earth, the air, water, and rice. Even rice cannot be grown without the air and the water, the sun and moon. When we begin to see that we are sustained and given life by all things, we awaken to our true self. The self that is nothing but ego is also the self that is sustained by all things. As we live, we continue to awaken to our true self. This is the life of being born in the Pure Land. This is the working of Namo Amida Butsu, which is asking us to remember our true selves, to wake up to life at its most basic, most fundamental level. Every moment of our lives is an opportunity to cross over from the world of delusion, of ignorance, the world of awakening, of liberation. And the wish of all enlightened beings, of all the Buddhas, is for us to realize the wonder and the joy of living in this present moment. That's why, Sandy, go Vegas. No hold back, yeah? This includes our loved ones. I know I'm gonna have some words from the grandkids, yeah. Now, this includes our loved ones. who have attained awakening in the Pure Land and who have become one with dynamic working of Amida Buddha, which continually embraces us. They live within Namo Amida Butsu, that's ever present in our lives. During this festival of joyful memory, the veil separating us from our departed loved ones thins as we welcome them home into our hearts. This act of remembering is healing because we realize they have never left our side as ever-present companions and guides along our journey, our own life journey to the Buddha's world of awakening. These services are a time for us to reflect on the importance of becoming a good ancestor. While we are celebrating the lives of our good ancestors during Obon, right, who made our lives possible, we also reflect on how we can become good ancestors too, right? That each moment of this life that we are living is an opportunity to do good, to make life a bit better for those that will come after us, right? That's our response, but that's our link between the past and the future, that we are living in this present moment. And we realize that our actions matter, and this present moment matters, and will profoundly affect all who will come after us. And so how do we want to be remembered by our loved ones and future generations? In the Amida Sutra, one of the 3 sacred scriptures of Jodo Shinshu, we find the teaching of Kue Isho, which refers to how we will all be born and meet together in the Pure Land. You can see Kue Isho written on the headstone here. And it's significant that we always sit up right in front of this headstone each cemetery service. Right, and so in our saying of Kue Isho, or saying of the Nembutsu, we experience Kue Isho, a profound oneness with our loved ones who have become part of this timeless working of great wisdom and compassion that sustains our lives. Our recitation of Namo Amida Butsu is an endless conversation with limitless light in life itself. Years ago, I think almost 8 years now, observing my paternal grandmother's first obon. Her name was Hatsuyo Higa. After her passing was bittersweet, yet healing. Taking time to uplift her memory through this ancient ritual was a profound emotional and spiritual release, recalling our shared story through the movements of my hands and feet. We danced together as we joined with others in the flowing ring of life. My heart quickened and slowed to the rhythm of the drums as tears welled up and Namandap rose from deep within. It felt like I was finally able to let go after holding my breath for so many months after her passing. My sorrow was transformed into appreciation and gratitude through the healing power of time and attention. Right? We talk about time heals all, but that's only a half truth. Time alone doesn't heal. Time and attention heals. When we pay attention, when we remember, when we take the time to remember, that's when we actually heal. And so my deepening appreciation for her and my profound gratitude for her continuing presence in my life found its natural expression in my voicing of the Nembutsu. My grandmother and all of my ancestors are together with me in this dynamic and inconceivable working of Namo Amida Butsu, which has no beginning and no end. During the Obon season, we celebrate life and love, always entrusting ourselves to the all-inclusive wisdom and all-embracing compassion of infinite light and life. As our hands and feet move to the ancient rhythm of taiko drums, let's remember our own stories of love that nurture and heal our hearts. So please join me in Gasho For a closing reflection. A verse from the poem Four Quartets by the writer T.S. Eliot. Music heard so deeply that it is not heard at all, but you are the music while the music lasts. Entrusting in the dynamic working of all-inclusive wisdom and all-embracing compassion, we call Amida's honored name in gratitude, joy, and awareness for the enlightenment and the life to come. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Nam Mandas. Nam Mandas. Mahalo, everybody.
Thank you for your message, Reverend Blayne. We will now have the unison reading of the Golden Chain of Love. Words can be found on the laminated handouts. Please join me in the reading of the words out loud. I am a link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends not only my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namaste. Please rise if you are able to, as we will conclude this service with the singing of the Gatha Nembutsu.
Namandam, 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 namandam.
Please be seated. This concludes today's Obon Cemetery service. I'm gonna say, whew. As Reverend Blayne said, we came back from the one dance. I think by the time we dropped the drums off, it was after 1 o'clock in the morning, and we were here by 8 to set up. And yesterday was a double header. We had a Tanabata festival in the morning as well as Koala's Bone Dance. So apologies if I missed a few lines in here. But here are some announcements: upcoming schedule of services, events, and reminders. The next 2 Sundays, July 9th and 16th, regular Dharma family services will be held at 10 a.m. Oh, this is important. Save the date, July 22nd, Saturday, for Konohonganji's Bone Dance and Craft Fair. Hatsubon service will be held at 4 p.m. Attendance is limited to Hatsubon families only who have lost a family member since 2022. The Bon Dance and Craft Fair will follow from 6 p.m. through 10 p.m. Let's all gather for some fun dancing and Ono food while honoring our ancestors, supporting the vendors, and enjoying the festive occasion. An added feature will be the debut of our newly designed Bon Dance towel. It is a one-of-a-kind design, very unique for Kona. Actually, it's unique for probably the whole state. It'll be a unique towel. Trust me on that one. It is really nice. So mark your calendars and please join us. There will be no Sunday service on January 23rd, the next day. Thank you very much, Reverend Blayne. And on Sunday, July 30th, we'll be observing Obon family service at 10 a.m. Our in-person guest speaker will be Reverend Kerry Kiyohara from Makawao Honganji on Maui. Reminders, please be sure to open, read, and click on attachments and interesting links that were included with Reverend Blayne's weekly update, which he emailed this past Friday. If you can volunteer to help with our Bon Dance event, please call our temple office. A list of job openings is included in Reverend Blayne's weekly email. Bon Dance practices will be held at 7:30 p.m. every Monday and Thursday starting July 10th through July 20th. Free COVID test kits with extended expiration dates until October 2023 are still available. Also, 125th anniversary merchandise is still available for purchase. Any other announcements?
I thought I'd do this now. This is July and we're talking about Bon Dance. Another thing we're going to add to Bon Dance this year is little lanterns, square lanterns, something like what they do for floating. Of course, you don't see any river or water around here, so we can't float them. But you can write on them, and we're going to place them in certain strategic areas around the temple, maybe in the temple, and then you can take them home with you. This is a lantern for you to write stories, memories of your loved ones that have passed on. And then they can, in a way, they can join you for Bon Dance that night. So in a way, bringing them here. So it'll be, hopefully we can light up the temple area with this. So we'll have that available on the 22nd for you to, and markers that you can write, draw, do whatever you want on them. And then it's for you to take home.
Thank you, Linda. Other announcements? Reverend Blayne? Okay. For those of you on Zoom, you may leave at any time. Those of you here in person, refreshments will be served, I guess, in the back of you, back there. Mahalo to Lisa Siriaco, Lynn Katayama, and anyone else who have prepared goodies to share. Mahalo also to the setup and takedown crew, Alan, Joey, Stephen, Jules. There are some others, forgive me, for coming here early to set up the tables, tents, and chairs. Thank you to Morris for setting up the speakers and the microphones. Some of these guys worked as the Zoom crew too, so let's give all the helpers a round of applause of gratefulness. And afterwards, if anyone's around afterwards, want to help to take down the tents, we would definitely be grateful. But otherwise, hopefully you have a great 4th of July weekend and hope to see you soon at a future event. Thank you for coming.
Whatever you normally do.